Okay, Happy Horse, the third video here. So we talked about the major pentatonic scale in the first two videos, and we're still going to be using that. But I want to look for ways to add little riffs that give you some insight into how to use all this theory and all these techniques that we've been talking about. And of course we picked Don't Be Cruel, you know, the old Elvis standard. And the first thing I said was, well, you could look at some bass work that you would do, actually, if you're a bass guitar, but if you had just a couple of your friends playing guitar, and you wanted to start to assign different schedules or different tasks to people, kind of like Henry Ford, you know, if you want to, and you know, specific tasks, then you division of labor, as we say. So you can start with just the bass, and the bass we said first, third, fifth. You can do. Anything like that, but you can also use one that's pretty common that Elvis used, and he went from the first, a little slide into the third, and the third is down here 2-2. First, so what am I doing there? I'm just taking my ring finger and just slurring down the notes ahead of, most specifically the note right ahead, excuse me, that would be the A, B, C sharp, 1, 2, 3, the flat third right here, now you can start that from fret 7 as well, which is the second. You can slur through the whole thing. Or just the flat third. Your call. And that's playing it down this way, because I also showed you this little and I'll give that to you separately. This is enough to get you started. But you can play this, excuse me, or up here. Now I'm sliding in, this gives me a chance up here. I'm playing the very same notes that I'm playing down here. They're like, let's just prove that. I go. Now that's a string 5 fret 4. If I go 5 frets down here and one string up, one heavier string, I'll end up with this note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here they're the same. So I can play it this way. Excuse me. Or, and of course when you get down to to the D note, you do the very same thing. Or up here, and at the E note, you just come back to this. You can do it up here too, but we'll keep it simple right here. And then, excuse me, I'm trying to make it visual to you here. So that's the first thing that you can practice on. Just get that down, and you can go. And I'm using that as a hammer-on. I could pick each note. And you know, they're all different techniques, all things that you can practice. Start to get familiar with it. You can then, you know, do some other stuff, but we'll get into that next week. So that's one thing that we talked about that another guitar could do. And next would be just to come down here, take a little piece of this A chord. There it is. You see, you have this nice fourth down here that Chuck Berry used so much. You have this nice fourth down here. That's string 1, fret 5, string 2, fret 5. You see that's part of the A chord that you're borrowing. So you can just go. And when I'm using there, I'm doing little slides. I'm taking those two notes, strings 1 and 2 at fret 5, and starting up here like around fret 4. So that's not critical. And coming in, you know I can be found, and then hitting this note here, this F sharp at string 2, fret 7. What else am I doing? I'm upstrumming. I'm upstrumming. I'm deadening string 3, but I'm upstrumming because I'm going to get that high A sound in there. So you know I can be found. That's what a second guitar can do. When you get to the D, then is you can play either the same thing, which is actually not really accompanying that chord probably, but it doesn't sound bad. You know I can be found, dun, all alone, dun, 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 dun. And one of the reasons it does is that you come back to this F sharp, which is in a D chord. So I want you to visualize this chord, but now visualize an A chord that we slide down, and we're making this a D. So you have an A sharp, B, C sharp, or excuse me, C sharp, D, and there's the D. And I'm just going to use these first two strings again and do the same type of slide and end on that F sharp again. So you have and into the D. Excuse me. And I have my index on string 1, fret 5, the A, and my ring finger on string 2, fret 7, which is the F sharp, and then back to the A. So that's another little technique, and when you get to this, you can go or anything like that. It would be anything that you can work in there that works in metrically. You have a lot of latitude on I can add this note at string 1, fret 7. They that know I can be found. Dun, 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 dun. And what I'm doing, I just grab that B note, the string 1, fret 7, rather than the F sharp at string 2. And why? Because this is the bottom, or the top actually, of that A major pentatonic scale that you're playing. It has this note in it, it has that B note in it. That's the number 2 note, right? First, second. So you go. Or anything like that. Now you go to the D chord. There are lots of little variations that you can make. Another thing that you can do, and then when you get down to the don't be cruel to a heart that's true, you have this coming home thing, this resolution of the E. To a heart that's true. You can come use that same formation because you still have this E. That's what it looks like. Just take the first two notes of that E and go, don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Don't be cruel. Excuse me. And then to the A. They're just little things that you can try. They're based on this A chord and what that looks like. Here's what the E chord, or excuse me, the D chord would look like full, but we're only going to use little parts of that. That's what I've been saying, stressing. Using little parts of this chord to add little riffs. Another thing that you can do is slide on string 3 with your middle finger, slide to this little cap on this part of the A chord, and also the A chord and also the A major pentatonic, and go. No. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. See how I mirrored that on the D, which is sliding now on string 2 to fret 7, up to string 1 fret 5, 1 fret 7, 1 fret 5, and then finish off on this F sharp, or any variation of that. So I would have dun dun can be found, dun 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 dun, and then dun 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 dun, and then dun 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 dun. Don't be cruel. Okay, so there's a few techniques for you to try, and we'll continue on this. And you guys are the band, you know, to work on these, and you know, we'll assign different parts and then play it as a group and see what sounds good. And if you want to work on any yourself, I'd be impressed. That'd be great. You know, just take these, do the same type of thing I'm doing, take a different. Anything like that, it's up to you. We can show that next week. Okay, have a good one and pick up the guitar and work on it. Bye now.